Welcome back to another episode of Art of Alignment, where I take a deep dive into the book, The Art of War, and share with you how I utilize the strategies from the book for my spiritual and my healing evolution. So today I'm going to talk about Chapter 8, Variation in Tactics. I call this Adaptation, Spiritual Survival through Strategic Flexibility. In the last episode, there was a quote that I shared. And in the quote, it says, "In war, the general receives his commands from the sovereign, collects his army, and concentrates his forces." And that's the quote in its entirety. Last time I gave you a snippet. But let's translate that into reality. You don't move just to be in motion. You move in alignment with divine command. You pause, pray, you pull all your energy together before you advance. And this chapter reminds you that movement without alignment is chaos. So you're not simply here to survive. You're here to strategize your purpose. So with that being said, there's a few notes that I've taken from this chapter that I would like to share with you. And my first point is, when your path is difficult, don't camp, adapt. So there was a line in the chapter that says, when the country is difficult, don't encamp, or do not encamp. Meaning, don't get too comfortable with discomfort, and don't confuse stagnation for stability. Just because things are hard for you right now, that doesn't mean you stop. You reroute, you reach out, and you realign, but don't freeze. Just flow through it. And my second point is this: intelligence over impulse. Sun Tzu said, in hemmed-in situations, you must restore to stratagem. So from my understanding, you're being trained to respond, not react. Not every situation or every pressure point is a call to panic. It could be a call to pause, to observe, and to adjust your frequency. And sometimes the most spiritual thing to do, and this might sound simple, is to just take a breath and wait for clarity. My third point of this is spiritual discernment equals knowing what not to do. There's a line in the chapter that said that there are roads that must not be followed, armies that must not be attacked. And what I feel like they're getting at is that not every challenge is a call to arms. Not every conversation deserves our energy. Not every invitation is aligned, and not every fight is your assignment. And from my understanding, this is what is called energetic economy. It's letting us know to spend our souls wisely. And this brings me to the 5 faults of a leader and why you should transform them. So Sun Tzu lists 5 dangers that destroys generals. And in your walk, these will become spiritual red flags. So the first one is recklessness, the need to prove something. It just disrupts divine timing. Number 2, cowardice. The fear of failure keeps you from stepping into aligned risk. Number 3 is a hasty temper. Anger clouds intuition. You clearly can't hear God when you're triggered. Number 4 is delicacy of honor. Don't let pride block your progress. You're not here to be liked. You're here to align. And number 5 is over solicitude for others. You can't save others at the cost of your own soul. Compassion, that includes you too. And these aren't flaws to be ashamed of. They're areas calling for healing, upgrade, integration. And this kind of leads me into my final thoughts. And your tactic is transformation. Meaning, for me, that this chapter is about sacred adaptation. The most successful warriors don't win off of strictly brute force. They win by staying in tune with their truth. And what does that look like? Variation in tactic is variation in frequency. Don't be predictable. And don't move out of habit. Move out of harmony. You're not here to survive life. You're here to strategically embody your purpose. Flexibility is faith in motion. But adaptability is spiritual intelligence at work, and variation is your permission to evolve. I want to thank you guys again for sitting in on another episode of Art of Alignment. This episode is called Adaptation, Spiritual Survival Through Strategic Flexibility. Again, see you on the next episode where we heal the world by healing ourselves. Peace.